When I think about some of the people who've played the most impact or been most influential in my life as far as this community is concerned is the group that I like to call the OGs. And so that is kind of the Cindy Gills, Gloria Green, Barbara Simpson. Those are all individuals who were born and raised in Grier Heights and just still to this day have a love and a passion for Grier Heights. And honestly kind of influenced me to stick to my purpose and my calling and pull me out of my shell and to let me know that the foundation that they started, that I was here to continue the legacy as well. In addition to them, I would also have to say the youth of the community. I call them my tangible motivation. Every time I walk through the doors of the Grier Heights Community Center, I'm also reminded that the work is still being done and it has to continue to get done because they are the next generation to ensure that everything is in the best suitable place for the Grier Heights community as well. So, yeah.
Moving back to Charlotte, we knew that we wanted to be in Grier Heights. We knew that it was a location where a legacy was left to us to continue on that legacy and to invest in a predominantly African-American community. We had done that in Washington, D.C., and so we knew that we wanted to do it here. And it felt, just better because we were connected, my great-grandparents, my grandparents, my dad, and then to be able to redo the home that he grew up in and that our children currently sleep in their rooms. It was just, one of those things where it's like, wow, and we cook in the kitchen. We're the same blueprint, I guess, as the kitchen that my dad and his parents cooked in. So we knew that, once again, this is where we wanted to be. And with the historical significance to get involved and really play a role in, what that meant in terms of building up the community. And here we are.
And then I was telling you about when I was real little, I used to pick at the kids because my grandfather used to bring us over here to load the furnace down in the broil. Back then, to put the coal, that was our task. And when I would come to school, I said, yeah, I had to keep y'all warm. I don't want to hear that. Y'all wouldn't be warm in this building if it wasn't for me, because I had to come over here and put coal in. I wasn't putting much, I was low, but just to boast that I was doing something.
We just like to go to the woods and look through the woods because they were beautiful. They were all kind of fruits and things in the woods. So on Sundays, me and my sister, when we come to church, we put on our shorts and go to the woods and just walk through them because they were pretty. And they had like pawpaw trees, stuffadine things, and we could pick that, and it was fun.
My father was a very good baseball player, and baseball in my community was big for generations before me. And my father played in Negro League baseball, was a legendary baseball player. I have some old articles that I found in the early 50s, late 40s, early 50s of him playing. But so when I came along, I was little Jimmy and, destined to be a baseball player. I would hear all these stories. And in fact, at that time, communities had community baseball teams. And you would play cheer in Brooklyn and South Side and West Side. So those were made up of anybody that could make the team, if you were, no matter how young or how old. So there were a lot of older guys, my father's age, that was on the team when I came along, that had played with my father, and started coaching me. And I was a bat boy at 8 years old, and every opportunity I could get to play. And so baseball was a big event in Greertown. On Saturdays at the park, everybody would come dressed up, sitting on the hills and watching the games and versus the community. So that was a big thing for the community. I feel, in some ways blessed that, one, I'm a proud Greertown man. So wherever I'm at, that's kind of as my conversation happen. You're from Charlotte, yeah. How old are you? Yeah. Where did you grow up? Greertown. It's that kind of thing, because if you do, then some of the same people, and it's a great conversation piece. But I again feel fortunate that I was in a position to be blessed with athletic ability, that came along during a time when integration started to happen within the schools, and I ended up attending Myers Park High School and having some success there. And but I've always felt that wherever I went, my values and my humanistic approach to things really started on my upbringing in Greertown. So I try to continue some of those values.
The picture downstairs, it has Sam Billings, Neil Drennan, Arthur Greer. And then the other picture, smaller picture, it's got a young fellow. I know him, MJ. I know his grandma. So you got not only the rock of the community, you're looking at the future of the community right there in that one picture. And I was sitting down there earlier just looking at that and just saying, wow, I mean, what are we going to leave him and people like him? So that's why I'm in it, and that's what I hope comes out of this project, that we remember and we do something about it. And to make sure that that young man, MJ, whose face is on there, when he become my age, that he sees something that reminds him of the place that he grew up.